Hey, ladies and gents, welcome to the live. Baby, we had to go back, baby. We had to get on the road. If you've been with me for a minute, y'all know I used to do Dalton and Thornton Township, pretty much super male Tiffany, right? We gotta go back. It's too much going on. And I had kind of stopped doing them because it was so redundant, them not showing up to meetings, that's the mayor, the supervisor, or the trustees, and nothing was getting accomplished. So I was like, I'll just pick them up if something pop off. So, baby, the things has been popping like popcorn, and we got to go to Illinois, honey. We got to go to Dalton, and we got to go to Thornton Township, honey. The streets is hot. I was up late last night, trying to catch all the tea. How's everyone doing? It's a win Wednesday. Yes, yes, yes. Let me speak to everybody. Hey, one pal, baby, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. You know, I used to do them at least once a week, but I kicked them to the curb. But baby, I had to pull up. I had to pull up like Jedediah, honey. And one pal, I got I'm gonna surprise you. I think I'm gonna surprise you because I usually be one-sided. Okay, but I think I'm gonna surprise you today. Okay. Let me speak to everybody in the chat and then we're gonna get on because first we're gonna go to Dalton. We're gonna talk about the final report, and then we're gonna go over to Thornton Township and we're gonna get into that brawl. But first, I want to wrap up Lori Lightfield and her final report, the findings and what she recommends, for them moving forward. And then we're gonna go to the fight, honey. We're going to the fight. So let me speak to everybody. We're gonna get right on into it. By the time I speak to y'all, we should be at our 5 minute mark. Hey, cross country cruiser. Yes, ma'am. You're number one. Okay, you first in the building on the porch today. Okay. Hey, Tam. Okay, I will be like I never left home. Hey, one leg off. Hey, a lady. Hey, Miss Fine. Hey, Dimples Wimples. Hey, Miss E. Thank you for being here on this Wednesday. Okay. I'm happy that you're back. I miss you being in the chat. Okay. Hey, one pal. Hey, Leo lady. Hey, Mississippi Shell in the ATL. Yeah, yeah, one, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, complicated. Hey, Vic to the Veil. I was over at my sis, but I left but I was preparing for this one. So hey, thank you for being here. Oh my God, I didn't know you were going to cover this. Girl, you know I was gonna pop out the damn plastic like Lotto, okay, and Cardi B over there. Okay. Illinois. Watch, I'm not gonna do it right because I'm trying to say it as I'm reading it as I say it, but if I say it without reading it, I'm gonna say it how you say it. I'm saying shoot. Hey Lou. Hey Old Man Johnson's farm. Hey, Esau, welcome. Good evening and welcome. Baby. It's going down. It's too much going down. I had to leave old Fulton County, honey, and get over here back on targeted subject because like I said earlier, I did used to cover them at least once a week. I may have said a month earlier. Once a week, we would do updates, especially after the meetings in both locations, Dalton and Thornton Township. But again, it was just nothing really going on for me to talk about. And it's a whole lot of going on now. I have my notes, so y'all hear my paper rambling in the background. She jumped. We're going to Dalton first, Vic. I'm gonna come back, hold your comments, because I need them when we skedaddle. I don't know if that's crossed the way. I don't know how far they are apart from each other. But we gonna definitely get into that and my thoughts about that. Y'all weigh in. Let me know how y'all feel. I'm a flip flop. Y'all know I'm a flip flopper by now. If y'all be listening to my other content, it depends, honey. It depends. But I have a lot to say about that fight. So for the ones that are new to this topic, this subject matter, or you just found out about it, we'll just give a little background and then we're gonna push forward. Okay. Okay. We at the 6 minute, so we good to go. All right. Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, baby, you know she's no stranger to the news. She been trending locally, worldwide, nationwide, and social media wide. Okay, I don't even know if that's a word, but she has been, trending out here on these YouTube streets, most definitely, right? And she has been serving, I'll say, as the mayor of Dalton since 2021, and then she assumed the position supervisor of Thornton Township in 2022. Okay. Um, sure. I'm so excited to be talking about this. I'm moving for I'm rocking over here. But moving on, let's move along. Let's move along, chill. And we'll just say the headlines have not been favorable for her. She has been accused allegedly, of unfair hiring practices, retaliating against employees, the residents, firing employees, inappropriate spending practices. Some of the members of her team have even been arrested, disrespecting the residents, the trustees. Hell, I can go on and on, but that's enough. That's enough. Y'all get the picture. Another thing that's going on there with Tiff is she is under FBI investigation at both Dalton and the township. Okay, so we don't know the status of that investigation, when it'll be um over, if someone will be arrested at this point, because it is the FBI and everything, is pretty much done behind the scenes. They're not going to be out in the public, speaking to us unless they need the public's help. So right now that FBI investigation is still going on. I see y'all in the chat. Hey, oh, let me see, some new people popped in. I see Petty Patty. Welcome. Okay, I think I spoke to everybody. And legally, she has a lot going on as well. In addition to the FBI investigation, she has illegally locked the village hall up. She has locked the trustees and employees out of their financial system. My viewpoint, she has about 48 lawsuits. She's been in eviction court. She was just held in contempt by a judge for not issuing a business that's there in Dalton with their liquor license, because she's also over that department as well, the alcohol department that comes along with being the mayor. She's also been, in the news for not issuing businesses their license as well, because they said if you don't, contribute to her campaign, she retaliates against you and she withholds your business license until your business is dissolved or, goes out of business because you can't bring in revenue. She was she's unsurable, baby. The people say she cannot obtain insurance. Thornton Township has been out of insurance, I think, for a few months, maybe a little month and a half, not quite 2 months. And the only way they could get insurance if Tiffany it was because if Tiffany wasn't, involved in that insurance. So everybody and everything is insured except for Tiffany. Okay. Over at Dalton, they also had an insurance issue. They had an issue with the fire department receiving benefits. They had to get their union involved. And I'm not gonna say all this is Tiffany, but she is the leader. And you're only as good as your leader. And when things arise, you have to you do your best to get things done. And they just have not been able to work together. And when I say they, the employees, the mayor, the supervisor, and the trustees. So it's a lot going on. But it is election time. I'm not sure if Tiffany going to be reelected as the supervisor or the mayor, but she is still running, right? I will say also before we get into the meat and potatoes that Tiff lawsuit against Napoleon was dismissed. Also, she filed a motion to be added to the ballot. That also was dismissed, but she still has an opportunity to run for the supervisor of the township. She can still be written in, so she can get enough votes. She will be successful. She will return as the supervisor, but I don't think she'll get enough write-ins for that, and especially probably after this brawl, honey. Also, Nate was added to the ballot. They tried to do some funny business with him, said he hadn't turned in his paperwork. Then Keith Price and Dots, okay, Michael Smith filed when they were doing that hearing process. They filed something against him, but he won that, so he will be on the ballot. I forgot the formal title for that, but he will be added to the ballot. Okay. I think that's all my little items that I wanted to make sure I clarified before we got into it, because those are things that we have not discussed that has been going on as of recent. But Napoleon lawsuit filed by Tiff was dismissed. Okay. And then her other motion that she filed to be added to the ballot was also dismissed as well. And they were both dismissed by judges. Okay, so I kind of crossed over, but I wanted to make sure I get some of those things out the way because I know when I get to talking, um, I may miss something. I may miss something. So let me check y'all out. Hey Elle, hey Karen, welcome everybody. We got to change the scenery. We in Illinois. Did I say it right? Now that it's been put in the chat, I'm probably pronouncing it right. Not my country southern twang on it. I thought that Lightfoot report would be more detailed. To be honest, Lightfoot report is 73 pages. She did not go over all 73 pages in the meeting on Monday. She just gave an overview. I'm pretty sure she's going to probably do something more detailed with the powers that be over at Dalton, but that was something just for I think the residents in the social media, baby, the YouTube streets and the news. But the detailed report is 73 pages. And baby, I went through all 73 pages, and I got me some little notes that I put on the side. She just gave a overview, in my opinion. Dalton and Thornton are not very far apart at all. Okay, they cross the tracks. Are they across the tracks? I don't understand why she isn't locked up yet. I have an update, Lou, about that Jedediah just posted about 5 minutes ago. I'm so happy to be back. I'm happy you're back too, Miss E. Thank you. I think I spoke to everybody. Tiff fights better than her man. Jed needs some self-defense classes and okay, DeMarcus at table kicking. Where was Andrew Holmes, Michael Smith, Keith Price, and William Moore wanted no smoke? Okay, Andrew Holmes is over at Dalton. That was a Thornton Township me. So I'ma just say, baby, he was over there minding his black business. Michael Smith Dots. I didn't see him last night, but him and Keith Price, baby, they was hiding over there in the corner. William Moore probably was a little upset as well, with the motion that Stephanie introduced. Okay. But Keith Price said, I don't know nothing, I don't see nothing, I don't hear nothing, no evil at all. Okay. Oh my God. If I'm going down was a person in the bushes. Okay, sis. I hope not. It's time for a change. Hey Karen, I don't remember if I spoke. Was one of them throwing up a G set sign when they were being taken out? We in the cold, Illinois. Lightfoot cannot get detail because Tiff, yep, keeping her from the records. And let's transition to that part of the live. Because I'm gonna go through a few things that I was able to pinpoint through Lori's um I'll say overview because I don't feel like it was detailed for 73 pages because it would have took forever for her to go through 73 pages. And that she was only there, what, an hour and a half, something like that. Um, if you don't know, this another history part, a little background part. Lori was hired by the trustees roughly around 9 months ago to investigate the village of Dalton's finances, policies, procedures, and more. And more. Okay. Her final report was read on Monday night. I'll say an overview of that was read, discussed at Dalton, on Monday night, right? Um, and it was some things that we knew was going to be in the report, but then there were some things I think that was shockers. Maybe not like a Nesto, wow, what, huh? Shocker, but there were some things that probably made you say, okay. Um, Lightfoot, it was a packed house. I feel like the people showed up. The trustees were also in attendance. Tiff did not show up at all. Tiff said, I ain't She in my house. I don't want to hear nothing about her report. I'm not showing up. But professionally, um, because I'm kind of like in the same career as Lori, not with the credentials as mayor, baby, and prosecutor, but I am an auditor. When an audit is conducted before a public meeting would happen, Lori probably should have sat down with the trustees and Tiffany and whomever the powers that be and did a more detailed reading of the reports, discussion of the final reports with them, and then, took it to the meeting because this stuff is public record, anywho. But that's something that we would have done. We would have spoke about it, with the office, with the team, with the department, and then it would have went public, after that. But I don't know if that happened. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay. Again, the report was 73 pages. It outlined the financials, policies, procedures, and her professional opinion, what she wants to see happen moving forward. Now, when I do an audit and there is findings, we give them a deadline to correct those findings. So, if, for example, we would have done this on Monday, depending on the severity of the findings, we may would have gave them a 30-day, 60-day, 90-day deadline to have those things addressed, corrected in a new policy and procedure in place for moving forward. And they will also have to give us a written, statement as to, we received this and we understand, and moving forward we're going to be in compliance type of deal. I'm not sure I don't think Lori probably has the authority to do that because she was an independent auditor, and I'm not. Okay, so I have a little bit more, probably more little leeway when it comes to that. So here are some of the key findings that I pulled out from reading the report and watching Lori present the final report. Okay. Um, Credit card expenditures never approved and no receipts. Also, there's no system in place to track credit card purchases. Where I work at, we have a system. We have a system, and we also audit that system as well. Travel. She calculated over $171,000, baby, in cost expenditures for travel. And that time frame is from 2021 to 2024, when she finished the report, right? So she went back 3 years. In the trip to Vegas, including the incident that happened with Fania Dukes, was also discussed and noted in the report. And they went to Vegas like twice. So one of the times that they went to Vegas was when that incident occurred. But $171,000, baby, in travel related costs in 3 years. I don't know what their travel budget is. If you divide that by three, you'll get the annual average for the travel related costs. Okay. I just put it by what she had in her report. $51,000 was spent at area restaurants. We cannot use our cards for personal use or food. Okay, so I'm not sure if they can there or not, but $51,000 has been spent eating out, baby, at the restaurants. Okay, more than $218,000 for Amazon purchases was made with the Village credit card from that same time frame, guys, January 2021 through June 2024. Okay, so and marinate on that. One of the largest individual purchases was $50,000, and that is what was spent to create that skating rink that I don't think they were even using. And for a purchase of that amount, there is an approval process, a bid process. There's a whole policy and procedure. The trustees are also supposed to approve that, but none of that occurred. None of that occurred. Okay. The FOIA, okay, system is non-existing. It used to be a system in place. They fired the person that was in charge of that system. Well, not the system, the FOIA request. I'll get her name for y'all. For some reason, I didn't write her name down, but it's in the report, so I'll pull it. I'll pull it out of there. She was actually in compliance, from what I read, from what Lori put in the report. She was actually in compliance and fulfilling the FOIA request, but Tiffany didn't want them, fulfilled, and she let her go. And no one else has been hired. There's not been a policy or procedure put in place, to ensure that that process is still going on. So if you put in a request for public records, you pretty much aren't going to get it. You're not going to get them. And I'll get her name for y'all because I got it wrote down somewhere. Okay, they also spoke about a grant. If y'all remember, Kiana in the meetings will always ask about a $5 million grant. Well, they did not receive appropriation from that grant. It's from DCEO, which is like Department of Economic Opportunity. I think it's Commerce and Economic Opportunity, something like that. I just wrote down the acronym, but I guess they did not maybe meet the deadline, did not fill out appropriate documentation. Lori was not able to pinpoint why they did not receive the funding that was already appropriated to them. So it looks like they didn't get it. So they lost money there. Again, they have, as of today, okay, when it comes to the litigation, they have 48 separate lawsuits were filed at the Village of Dalton. 12 of them are the FOIA requests. They are in violation. And if I didn't give the acronym, it's Freedom of Information Act violations. They're not being fulfilled. Okay. And that's my little spiel for giving y'all a little overview of what was going on. But the report is 73 pages, and she definitely just pinpointed a few important topics that she wanted the public to know about. Lightfoot cannot get detailed because Tiff keeping her from the records. Yes, and that's also noted in her report that some people weren't in compliance, people weren't responsive to her, and some of them were. So she noted all of that in the report. This S is silent in Illinois. Gotta be like IS that one to be corrected. I'm here for the show. Hey, hey, not Jedediah like the little house on the prairie. Haven't heard that name in a while. Yes. Hey, Eve. Hey, Georgia Peach. Hey, I'm here for the show. Okay, she probably wanted 100% transparency. Yeah, but they are difficult to work with there, and she's not a law enforcement agency or agent, so she couldn't like force them to do certain things. She's an independent, she's not, even employed, there either, so she couldn't even use that, as a bargaining tool to get information. So she got what she could get, she did what she could do, and then she just put it all together into a report. Tiff and her team are just mad that they are being exposed, have lost control, and will have consequences. They big mad. I agree with you. I agree with you. But I think probably if they could have just sat down and everybody just let their egos go and have like a meeting of the minds and just agree to disagree and be professional, they probably could have got way much more work done. My job also having a auditing process. We do purchase cards, reconciliation every month. Okay, well, no one was doing that, Miss E, and they didn't even have to turn in receipts. We even have a policy for when you use your card, what allowable expenditures are, how much money you can spend for certain items, and the time frame in which you have to turn in receipts, and they have to be, reconciled by another individual. We have a full process for that, but none of that had been done. Were the credit card in individual names or just the city? So they have no idea who actually made the purchases, right? Which is why Tiffany was making a big deal over at Thornton when they said that she could no longer use other employees' cards anymore, because what she was doing was circumventing the system and using her rank to have them to purchase things for her in her behalf, where's no paper trail or no type of way to tie it back to her since she doesn't have a card of her own, right? And to me, they should have never been doing that, because here, where I am, no one else can use your card but you. If you need a card, then you just have to get your own card, but you're not allowed to make purchases for anyone else, because you're the card holder. You're the one that's certified that everything that is swiped on your card is within, the law. Okay. And if you're using it for someone else that has not taken that, that's not responsible, then how's that going to work out? Tiffany couldn't handle the pressure from the residents, so she burst. Hey, D, is it Dwayne? Dwand? Hey, D. Welcome, welcome. How much? How much? Miss E said, how much money? I don't know, Miss E. It's a lot. I think an employee's name, because she didn't want her own car. Yes, she did not want her own car. And she was smart not to want her own car. Because if you're gonna be a thief, you're gonna be stealing, and you want to go under the radar, baby, use somebody else's card. So no, she didn't have her own card. We do T&E cards. Just swipe mine last night for a business trip and dinner. That's how it is where I am. We have a purchasing card, which we call a P card, and we have a T card that's for travel. So it depends on what your position is and what you really need it for. Most of the times, administrative assistants, staff assistants, executive assistants will have the P card, because they're purchasing, office supplies, paper, stuff like that. And then if you are someone that has to travel, you'll have the T card, and that's mainly for travel expenses. I remember those Amazon charges, and they do not have receipts for these Amazon charges. Nobody followed the policy or procedure, which I'm going to tell y'all about in a second what that is, because they actually have a policy in place. She wouldn't let anyone use that skating rink. Hey, Latoy. They didn't receive the funding because Tiffany doesn't do paperwork. She does outfit checks. Oh my God. Also, not paying vendors. Well, they weren't paying the vendors because they weren't appropriately procured. They didn't go through the proper channels. So the trustees just pretty much said, we're not paying them unless they did A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Aren't they missing COVID monies? Yes, they also have an issue with COVID monies as well. But I don't think it was as big as those amounts that I read out. My job is to get rid of all company cards years ago. Okay, now they set up an internal system to get approval for parties and employees. Moral gifts. Okay, they must be pre-approved or you don't get reimbursement. That is how it is where I am. If you're traveling, someone higher than you, like your supervisor, but no one on your same level or below you can approve a travel trip. Okay, that's how we do it, and it does have to be approved. We do have a system now. It's no longer on paper, and we also audit that as well. Hey, allegedly. Hey, real. Are they going to hold the card holders responsible? See, now that's where I said the card holders was being stupid, because in my mind, I would have been thinking like hell to the no, no. But because it's a manager and someone over you that can make or break you, I guess they just went along with it, didn't give any pushback. Hey, I said what I said. When I got a government credit card, it was for travel and purchases, but it had limits, yeah, and categories. Yep, that's how we do it here. You could make a purchase, for example, at a retail clothing store. Yes, we have had the audit. When I've done audits, we found stuff like that where someone had used it at, I'll say, Forever 21. And they had to first, we'll give them an opportunity to pay it back. But if it becomes like a reoccurring thing, like, oops, I pulled out the wrong card, then we'll bust you down to $1. And you'll have to retake the course, the online course. And if it continues to happen, then you will no longer have a card. We give them an opportunity, but you shouldn't even have that card where your other cards are to be so accessible to pull it out and misuse it. We've even had somebody buy alcohol because the merchant wasn't blocked. Hey, cotton candy curls, and we will go and block a merchant, like let's say a liquor store. Okay, so I don't know what slides she used here. This is from Dalton trustee, by the way. But I think, let's see. I don't want to really listen to her because we're not trying to go through the process with her over again. Oh, okay. So I think right here, this slide, they're just pretty much giving like some background about auditors and auditing and the comptroller. She also had an issue with the comptroller as well. Let me get to my sticky notes. So she pretty much, I think on that slide is going through like the guidelines, like I don't know if y'all familiar with the GAP. This is what it's kind of given to me. Like, that's what we audit by. Yeah, specific guidelines for the organization and various forms of the municipal government. So yeah, pretty much how they run their budget, how it's appropriated annually. And in Thornton, I don't think they passed a budget yet. In their audit criteria. Must file the audit with the state comptroller's office within 180 days of the close of the fiscal year. So we know they didn't do that. Okay. That's why Lori's there. I think it hasn't been done in like 2 or 3 years. Upon failure to file such an audit with the comptroller shall cause such audit to be made by an auditor or auditors. Okay. Okay. Let me see what else she got up here. Oh, here's the purchasing policy, y'all. They do have a purchasing policy in place, even though they're not following it. So the village has a purchasing policy and manual which provides guidance and direction for the purchasing of goods and services. I'm paraphrasing. You have to use your best judgment and common sense, honey. We know that one happening. In general, all supplies, material, equipment, contractual, professional services require for operational efficiency. Okay, must have been included in the annual budget. So when they do the budget, they have to outline these categories up here, and they should only purchase, they should only be purchasing things that have been, included in their budget. That's pretty much what they're saying. Okay, let me see. Oh, I went too far. Oh, no, I went. Hold on, y'all. Hopefully, okay, I see. Let me go till I see that. Oh yeah, I skipped all that. I just wanted to use her slides. I just should have downloaded it myself. So let me go back. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm over on the other screen. Y'all know how I do it. I don't think it's anything on here. Well, I do see this transparent and they're not being transparent at this point. And I don't want to blame just one person because I feel like it takes, a whole team to do this job, which is why they have the trustees and they do have a separation of duties. I don't know where the breakdown occurred at, and as far as how this all began, and why nobody is doing reporting, nobody is trying to go to the appropriate authorities to report things when things started falling apart. Because I think if the earlier you address these things, the quicker they can be resolved and you won't end up in a situation that they're in now. So we just talked about the purchasing policy, the manual, which provides these things that we've already been over. I went back too far. Okay, let me scroll it. I was trying to get to because I think she has it in here. What they I should okay, this the one I wanted to get to. So this was important to me because it's telling me who can authorize what dollars, what amounts, what positions, and how much. So the department heads, they can approve up to $1,000, when it comes to the purchases. And then the village administrator, which they don't have a village administrator right now. Keith was in that position and she tried to fulfill it with Michael Smith, but that was revoked. So the administrator can approve up to $5,000. Okay. Anything over $5,000 has to go to the board. It has to go to the trustees and the mayor, the board. Okay, period. This has not been occurring. These steps have not been occurring. They just been doing what they want to do, how they want to do it, when they want to do it. Because we know they have a cost for $50,000. In Amazon, they spent over $218,000. They do not have receipts for particular items. So they just been spending willy-nilly, doing whatever they wanted to do. For the finance department, they have to have a designated purchasing agent, a staff accountant, and this is what their responsibilities are. They are supposed to look over the budget and make sure that they're spending, properly, the purchases are properly made and within the procedure. Reviewing, initialing. Yeah, see, this is what we have to do. When you review, we have to have two signatures and they have to sign or initial, okay? Purchase orders, payment request. And none of this has been going on. None of it. They also talked about the warrant process. So I guess, with the warrant process, people just been going out handling all these things. Let me get back to the chat. I was over there on the other screen. I work for a delivery service. We had gas cards. Okay, we do have Wex cards as well that we keep in the state cars. It just goes along with the car and it's a log in there. So you have to log your mileage, where you're going, and then you can get gas. You can also do like oil changes, you can do services too, but you have to turn in the receipts for it. We fill up our vans. At the end of the day, one guy got fired for his wife, filling up her car once a week. See, with ours, they have to remain in the car. So when you check out the car, it goes with that car. They got so serious about our audits and appropriateness that the management and president have to check to see if they can take certain gifts from us. Wow, we cannot accept gifts. We can't even buy gift cards. Okay, the president and our gave us a hard time when a few of us purchased a $700 lunch for our team. No management involved. It's serious. Yeah, we cannot buy food and we cannot buy gifts or even gift cards. Hey, 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 Cadence, welcome. Cadence, sugar mama. Some folks just slow, Miss E. I thought Keith was still employed. Well, he's not. That position is vacant. He actually, I think, he has been assisting with the investigation, but I don't think he's working in that position anymore. Because remember, she tried to put Mike in there. So I don't know, is he like on paid leave or unpaid leave? I don't remember, Vic, because I kind of fell off. So I'm not sure. But you remember Tiff tried to put Dots in that position. I worked on the removal of management official who used his CC for personal purchases and was delinquent in repayment. He had previously been, yeah, we would have got him. He would have been mad at us. He would have been mad. Because when he would have went to use his car, baby, we would have busted down to $1, and he would have got he would have got declined. These are pitfalls of hiring, electing, and appointing people who should not be in positions. They don't have the moral compass needed. A mess. And no integrity. We can buy our team DoorDash food and gift cards. Yeah, we cannot do that because gift cards can be used, to purchase anything like alcohol, cigarettes, so on, and things that aren't allowable. So we cannot do that. I can't even take a gift from anyone either. Like a vendor, they say they want to give me a gift. It's not allowed. So this warrant list process, it says the village expenditures are reflected on the warrant list, are then reviewed and approved by vote of the board each month. Well, we know that had not been happening. After the expense is approved by the board, Janice Johnson prepares the check for signature and payment. Well, we know that Tiff Tiff got mad and shut down the account and went and reopened up another account so she can be able to write checks, warrants, or however you want to, categorize them. So that had been an issue there as well. However, either if Johnson is directed by Tiff Tiff or someone else to hold payment, or if there are insufficient funds since March 2023, millions of dollars of checks that were approved have been held. So they are holding checkers. Apart from payroll, accounts payable warrants list reflects invoices that have been submitted for approval and payment but not yet paid. So she's documenting just everything that she see from, her audit. And if anything illegal has occurred, then, the police will have to handle that, or the FBI. We understand from JKC personnel that electronic warrant list expenditures have generally already been paid when they are added to the warrant list. Ooh, you start watching that stuff because Tiff Tiff. Yeah, yeah. I had to get back over here. Okay, okay. One pound. We'll talk. We'll talk because I know you got something to say. Mm. All I can say is, baby, this too much. And I just don't I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't want my name associated with this. This is worldwide. It's embarrassing. Let me get this lady name for that FOIA request that aren't being fulfilled. Because again, they do have a Freedom of Information Act. The person that was there was let go. And since that person was let go, they have no idea what the new process is. The FOIA requests are not being fulfilled. They're pretty much just going into a black hole. Let me get her name. Oh, it was Clerk Allison Key. Clerk Allison Key. She was let go by Tiff Tiff, allegedly. I want to get her name because I forgot to write it down. And she has emails in here. So, like, for example, if Keith Freeman has something, in emails or something, whomever, she has a copy of the email in here. And it's a letter in here where Keith Freeman wrote to Allison Keys, um, Clerk Keys, I'm writing to inform you that you are hereby removed from your duty as the FOIA officer immediately, baby. It was effective immediately. Your inability to process FOIA requests in a complete and timely manner. So he basically put this in writing that like she wasn't doing her job, but it was the reverse. Okay. So he sent her an email and he did provide a copy of that email, which is in here. Okay, so I mean, he ate that. He ate that. I guess he's trying to go back and reverse the damage that he caused, but kind of too late in my opinion. Okay, we talked about that. Oh, okay, COVID. Somebody mentioned the COVID. I didn't have it in my notes, but here it is. The American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, created funding to help state and local recover from the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Oh, the village received an allocation through the state, which it was appropriated to them through the comptroller's office. And the funds are held in the village's capital project. It got the account number and all that on there. We don't need all that, but it looks like they got about $3 million. The first drop deposit was about $1.5 million, and then on the next one was about like $1,569. And then the third one, which they're calling the second installment, was about $1.5 million. So in total, it was about $3 million. $3 million. And they're saying as of fiscal year 2024, the village has transferred $1.3 million of that $3 million into a general fund to pay expenditures accounts for as due to the APRA plan. Based on the records provided to date, the village has approximately used $1.7 million of those funds. Oh no, that's what they have remaining. That's what they have remaining. So yeah, 1.3, 1.7 would be like 3 million. Okay, so that's what they have remaining. So they haven't used all those, but they have failed to complete any reporting in regards to how they've been spending that money. And she noted that U.S. Treasury Department has strict tracking and reporting requirements, but they weren't followed. Okay, so that is the update for the COVID. I forgot who dropped that in the chat, but this is 73 pages. I don't know where it is for you guys to get it, but I wish I could send it to the ones that want it, but it's too big. I'm just going through here picking out some stuff. I already got my little sticky notes on. We know that they have not completed any audits. We talked about that earlier. We talked about the 48 litigation lawsuit they have going on. I think that's it. Did we talk about the firefighters? We talked about insurance. Yeah, we did talk about that. Y'all, how y'all think this gonna turn out? Let me go back here to the end. I see y'all commenting. Let me read some of y'all comments and then I'll come back and we'll wrap it up and then we're gonna go over to Thornton. We're gonna get up out of here. Keith Price is still employed. Okay, he's still employed. We definitely can't take gifts from vendors. Now I have to catch the replay. Okay. I'm at work, a lot of distractions. Yeah, listen, y'all need to sit on down so she can listen to me. I used to do procurement for the postal services and could not buy anything without getting permission first. At the end of the month, I had to reconcile all of my receipts. That's pretty much how it is. And then someone else has to reconcile with you or after you. And then there's two signatures. It's more than one person. You do your part, and then somebody after you would do their part. So that way you have checks and balances. Yes, we had that happen. A woman was caught letting her son fill up his car. She would fill her van at the same time. Oh, so they try to get creative with it. But then that's going to be a red flag because why do you have two fill ups on the same day at the same time? That was stupid. Okay, fill up the son's car. That excessive, yeah, but raised the red flag. I stopped watching that stuff. Tiff. Yes, I think I read yours. Yep. Tiffany named the skating ring after her daughter. Oh, and the daughter told everyone that it was her ring, honey. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, Sunshine. Hey, everybody that came in while I was just like kind of scanning through those documents. Yes, we have to upload pictures of receipts. Yep. And you have to keep the original copy too on file in your office where I am. Do a report, submit within the month of the purchase. Hey, Sunshine, I think I spoke, but I don't remember y'all. Okay, Clerk Keys, Allison, and Ferris were both, yeah, relieved, excuse me, of their FOIA request fulfillment, which is horrible. Because now they got lawsuits, that's costing extra money. Excessive purchase but raise by raise, excuse me. Tiff lived up to her name. Superman flew into the fight throwing blows, baby. She wasn't scared, honey. She was never scared. She ran right up in there throwing those bows. She was doing her job, but I think Tiffany had a different department not complying to supply documents. Tiff thousand bought a 500,000 driveway for her mother using the village funds. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's probably in this report. I kind of like just try to pick out the important stuff. Hey Trump, flood. Oh, flood Dalton Police Department with calls. She should be in jail. Gotcha. So if you apply for funding, why haven't it been used? Apparently they did not need it, or the trustees were blocking, or not paying for stuff. So it may have been spent, but you know what I mean? They just didn't cut the warrants for them. Not good. I am here. She could not use any receipts for the grant because she didn't keep the receipts. Right. They were just doing what they wanted to. Keep working with the feds. Now, facts. Yes, Keith Price. But Tiff would fire anyone who went against her, and that's what happened. Even if they did turn the receipts in, who's to say that someone didn't get rid of them? It's kind of like your word against theirs. She hired her buddies for positions that paid, yeah, 100 a year, and that's 100, K a year, six figures. Keith is still the administrator. Okay, that's what Vicky was saying. I didn't know. I thought he was let go because of his criminal activities, but he was working with them, but he is back. He is there. That's the point. He is there and he's working. He's working with the feds. He's working with the FBI. He was working with Lori too. He was one of the ones that was cooperative with Lori. So he's trying to right his wrongs. He's trying to make sure he can get a suspended or reduced sentence, for his criminal activity, baby. Okay. So let me move this. I think she has her final slide up here. Let me see. I kind of went through these without looking at their slides. So that's her little timeline she had going on. And this is a, more like a PowerPoint. Oh, that's the email, y'all, that I was reading, that I read that Keith Freeman sent to Clerk Key. There it is. And this is a PowerPoint. This is not an official report. That's why I said it's a kind of like an overview. But they should have a standard reporting guideline that they have to do, especially to the comptroller. So that's that. And this is where it's talking about what happened with Clerk Key. I've already kind of went over that a little bit. Okay, the other lady's supposed to get up and speak as well. Here, where I misread it, where this is the village had transferred 1.3 million of those COVID dollars. And then this is what they have approximately remaining from those dollars, capital project account. So they put them in two different accounts. And this is, I guess, their budget categories and what they've spent. I guess what she could reconcile and know with certainty. This is how much they paid in these particular categories. Oh, they got FOIA software, but they're not using it. Business grants, parking lot resurfacing, skating rink. Dang, the skating rink is pretty high for them not to be using it, and they're not bringing any revenue from that. Residential roofing and window improvements, repavement, other public works, parking lot. Maybe this is where that she added the expenditure for her mom's parking lot. Then they just have one big category, which is kind of a little under half. I don't know, and other expenditures that they are not itemized. All right, y'all. Shoot, we trying to get over here to the fight. I was trying to see what else she have up here. Did she do her final? Her recommendations. That's what I was looking for. Oh, she didn't do she didn't put that slide up here. Well, her recommendations pretty much, I don't see that up there, is for them to write a comprehensive policy and procedure that includes restrictions for the credit card usage, and everybody should abide by this. The trustees, the mayor, employees, everybody. And she also recommended that everybody don't have a credit card. She says she sees no basis for individual employees to have access to credit cards. Centralizing purchasing through a purchasing agent, because right now they don't have anyone in that position. And when they do hire, make sure they hire someone that's qualified. Trustees must have access to a monthly financial report. So right now they're not getting a financial report, and I don't know if they're in my viewpoint now. I believe they are, but I'm not sure. And also she wants them to create a monthly report that can be shared with the public. The village needs to adopt a travel policy, and all expenditures should be reflected on a monthly warrant list. So she wants them to create a warrant list of what all they written checks for, and it should be submitted to a board. For hiring, which she wasn't really auditing the hiring process or looking at the hiring process, but she definitely says that they need to come up with a formal process for vetting and conducting background checks. Mandatory requirement for all new hires to undergo a background check. So I'm assuming they've been hiring people and just skipping that process. And what should be the minimum requirements should be the education, training, prior employment, criminal history, prior litigations or bankruptcies. She recommended that they include that in their background screening. And they also should include some type of clause, I guess, in when they're hiring, saying that they will cooperate with any internal investigations or else lose their damn job. And they are to hire someone and put in a process for the FOIA request. And she says they need to form a relationship with the Inspector General office, the Cook County Inspector's office. Okay, so that's it. That's it for them. That's my overview. Okay, that is it for them. And of course, she did include some things in her report about Thornton Township with them commingling funds. Let me see.
One in May 22 and another in May 2023, where Mayor Henyard and a large delegation went to an economic development convention in Las Vegas. The convention was called Recon, and it was put on by the International Council of Shopping Centers. Financial records for the village
Thank you.
and Thornton Township reflect that a number of people traveled to Las Vegas on both of these trips. And at the expense of their travel, their lodging, their meals, and entertainment
Okay. Thank
were
y'all.
paid for on village and township credit cards. There is no evidence that any business development opportunities came to the village as a result of either of these two trips.
Yep.
You are all aware of the fact that there are allegations against
You
Trustee
need to go
Holmes
back.
as a result of contacts between him and a former village employee on the May 2023 Las Vegas trip. We're not going to go into chapter and verse on this because we are not a criminal investigative authority, but suffice it to say, the allegations are that Holmes took advantage and assaulted a young woman while she was unconscious in his hotel room, that he contacted a village Dalton police officer who was also on the trip, FaceTimed him, showing the young woman unconscious on the hotel room, and some of you are aware that a recording of that FaceTime call has recently surfaced. The young woman eventually filed complaints in Las Vegas and suburban Cook County. Fall of last year, the Las Vegas criminal authorities closed its case after its investigation. The young woman has also filed a complaint with the EOC alleging that she was wrongfully terminated from her employment as a result of making an outcry to Mayor Henyard directly about the alleged assault. And the young woman has subsequently filed a lawsuit which makes similar allegations. That lawsuit remains pending. Importantly, neither the young woman, Trustee Holmes, or other witnesses cooperated with our investigation. Another thing that I think is important regarding this alleged incident between Trustee Holmes and this young woman. Working through the Delgado law firm, we learned that Mayor Henyard authorized an investigation to be conducted by a firm called R.E. Walsh and Associates out of Oak Brook, Illinois. This investigation was not authorized by the board, and the results have not been shared with the board. It is unknown to this day what the scope of the investigation was, who was interviewed, if anyone, what documents were reviewed as part of this investigation or its findings. The R.E. Walsh firm has refused to provide its report or otherwise answer any questions about its investigation because it has not been paid for its services.
Look at her, so messy and dramatic.
We therefore are not suggesting we do not have a complete picture, a variety of the.
Oh my God, so messy. Oh, here go her recommendations.
On March 3rd, 2022, was hired. We received information of various allegations.
Child, let's go over here where the fight is. We want to see the fight. Hold on. Lori is over there doing a dramatic pause, baby. She is doing the job over there. Get him, Lori. Oh, Henyard hired her boyfriend Kamal Woods to run a township youth program. His personnel file contained little to justify the hire. Okay, Tamika Henyard also became an employee of the township. So she's hiring her family and friends. I think Vicky was the one that spoke about that down in the chat. Oh, let's get over here to this fight. I'm going to use the Lansing Journal. I'm going to use their video.
Everyone, I wanted to start by just saying how
I think it's right after this.
monumental this day is for me because William, you're out of here, okay? You're out of here. You don't even live in the township. You tried to out me several times. You don't even live in the township. One question I do have is, why is it with pay? Because they've been on leave with pay. They haven't done anything related to what their roles are supposed to be. So I don't understand why they're on leave with pay.
Okay. She came with her paperwork. Okay, Jedediah had me dying laughing. He was that ass. Ooh. Well, we have a felon as a president. So that is true. All qualifications are out the window. Well, I don't know how that's gonna work, in the future, but right now, I guess if there's no qualifications intact or in place, then you can apply for that job. Yes, Eve. Yep, no standards. It starts at the top. The criminals are in charge. Look, if you buck. Hey, Nestos, welcome everybody. Okay, I went to the wrong one. So now we done switched over to Thornton. Right after this, the fight is about to go down. It looked like they had a full house. They had a rowdy bunch. Everybody was over talking, cheering. I never heard, I think, any silence until the fight broke out. It was a lot of chatter going on. Tiff was in, her regular formation, right? Over talking, trying to encourage the trustees to change their votes. I'm looking through my notes. She was being defiant. She wasn't happy. If the trustees were able to pass something, then she had to put her stank on it, right? She had to tell them why. Well, why y'all passing this? And we talked about this and we went there. And I'm like, girl, at this point, just move on. Cause you're about to have a brain stroke over there trying to talk. It was too much. It was too much. I don't know why she feels the need to go on with the additional justifications. They voted. Just move on to the next item. But she cannot help herself. I'm like, don't have a stroke at the brain over there, man. I'm trying to, you mad, you arousal, you want to get your point across, you want to over talk them, and it's like, just move on. You may not even be there, girl. But they were able to pass quite a few items that was on the agenda. There were some that failed as well. But the one that stood out to me, honey, was Stephanie on her first day on a damn job. She opened a vote to place Kamal Woods and William Moore on paid leave. Tiffany, that I feel like that's when everything started going downhill. Okay, Tiffany was pissed. She talked about suing them, how it wasn't fair that they had targeted Kamal and William, but they weren't hearing it. They weren't hearing it. And then after that, it was a kind of awkward thing that happened when Tiffany was giving like what I say was her goodbye speech, a departing speech. She thanked everybody for being there, and she went on and on. She talked about having prayer in school, all kind of foolishness. If you saw it, you know what you know. And then we got to the brawl. We got to the brawl, which we're about to get to. We're about to get to it. I'm gonna try to go to. I see Jedediah up there talking. Tiffany got her head down, as she often does when there's someone up there that she doesn't like. She does not make eye contact with them. She be doodling, basically trying to act like she distracted.
Because, that's pretty much what.
Oh. I don't know if this works. Can you hear me? Yeah. Good evening.
Is Jedediah after her? Or she didn't cut him out, did she?
Next person is Jedediah.
Okay. Hey, Brian. Please read and comprehend the U.S. Yeah.
All right, so man, there's so much. I didn't want to say nothing, but I really didn't like how you disrespected the newly elected trustee. But what I want to say is clear that you got questionable spending habits. You got a failed business venture. Your restaurant was deemed nasty. And it's proven while you talking about her education, we can't even verify yours. But since you sold for women, I really already knew about the way you handled Henyard. But for you to sit up here and disparage that woman after giving her that fake ass congratulations in the beginning because you thought you was gonna get what you wanted. Here's the thing. I want to educate you. Stephanie Wiedemann is a 20-year employee, and ain't none of her business
And they
ventures
too
ever
old to be
failed.
hyping him up.
On top of that, she serves as a chief of staff, and she didn't fuck her way to the top. She's efficient in budgets and don't hide her deeds. She's efficient in organization. She served as a temporary interim executive director for the Thornton Park District until she stepped aside to help her daughter become something you'll never be, which is a married woman. And her daughter moved away to Texas, and when her daughter moved away to Texas, she went to help her daughter, but I done heard about 4 or 5 people tell me how they had to take care of yours. And so now you've been a half-ass mayor. But if you wanted to get up here and earn some respect, then you should have been able to respond to Lori like your black ass for Stephanie to be the new member of Amish. So all those in favor say, all those against it, say nay. All those in favor say, you go, bitch.
Y'all see Tip? Why did you jump up there? Oh, that's the game side.
That ain't right. Y'all women go out. That ain't right. You kick the man while he's on the ground. What kind of guy he is?
Nobody got
What kind of goon he is? Kick the man while he's on the ground. Y'all go out. Everybody go out. You need to go out. Go out.
Want me to run it back? This is one of the best views I saw.
Here's the thing. Like, I want to educate you.
Her camera is very, very clear. Like some of the other ones were very kind of foggy and stuff. I don't think nobody want to hear the speech again. We'll just wait till it pop off.
Until she stepped aside to help her daughter become something you'll never be, which is a married woman.
Look at Nate. Nate, like,
moved
what?
Away to Texas, and when her daughter moved away to Texas, she went to help her daughter. But I done heard about 4 or 5 people tell me how they had to take care of yours. And so now you've been
I think kids are off limits.
Half-ass mayor. But if you wanted to get up here and earn some respect, then you should have been able to respond to Lori like your black ass for Stephanie to be the new member of Amish. So all those in favor say, all those against it say nay. All those in favor say you go, bitch.
Going down. Look at him. That's Jed down there. Are y'all talking about the security guard that's down there? Okay, coming back over here. Okay, he read her for the 5th. Who on the ground? The security guard. Run it back. The activist throwing up GD. Gang rep. JTTW. Oh, Lord. Tiff Hart. A makeup artist that she paid by the city. Yep. Jed runs to file assault charges. Definitely looking for a come up. One pop. I really don't think so. We need another view. Because the other guy was fighting first, and it looked like Jed was trying to break it up, and then he got, of course, he got into the fight as well. But she was nervous, honey. She done dropped the camera, but she had one of the clearer views that I could find. We're gonna have to find another one. let me see. Jed has been nothing but a distraction. I think they all not he doesn't live there, so he cannot vote. But he's a advocate, he's investigator. That's what he says that he is, and this is what he do. This is not the first time he's been in the news. I think Trump was one of the one. No, Obama. This is his style. But the only thing I would say is kids are off limits, and you are a man, and she is a woman. So, with that being said, have a little respect, have some respect. Tiff hired her boyfriend as a youth director, making 100. Yep. Family and friends as well. Rightfully so. Tiff should have stayed where she was. Now, I do think because at the end of the day, they were already scrapping. And when somebody hit you, it's kind of like, I don't know who it is. I'm trying to defend myself. So she could have really gotten hurt, coming down there, jumping into something after the fact. Because nobody is looking to see that it's her. You're just going to retaliate, in my opinion. Yeah, it is too much. I agree with you. Yeah, she should not have came down there. Even if Jedediah wouldn't have came back, it looks like the other two guys were fighting before Jedediah got into the fight. But I just think it was elderly people in there, and the cursing, and stuff like that was kind of was disrespectful too. And I get people are frustrated, but at this point, let's just wait till the election hit and see how things see how things happen. I'm trying to find let's see if the news had, because the people that I was trying to watch on yesterday, their views weren't as good to me. Let's see. Here's the news. Let's see what they got going on.
Reports of any serious injuries or arrests.
And somebody could have really got hurt too.
Fear and disbelief in that room as divisions within Thornton Township government exploded.
Let's see if they got a better view.
It happened during public comment. Fists
yeah, that's a better. It was
that
scrapping.
Residents described as disgraceful.
I need to remove this closed caption.
Should never happen.
It should not. I agree.
I just couldn't believe that it came to that.
Moments earlier, activist Jedediah Brown had called Supervisor Tiffany Henyard an expletive. And when he appeared to walk toward her, supporters jumped in.
Okay,
the
yeah,
result,
this better.
An all-out brawl that multiple witnesses say involved Henyard herself.
It was one thing when the guys were fighting, but when she jumped in it, I was just taken aback. I was floored.
She jumped in. She hit her head on the table. So I don't know. She might be injured.
Brown was carried out by security and police were called, but it wasn't over. It took several minutes for tempers to finally cool. Before the fight, there was plenty of verbal sparring. At this first meeting since trustee Stephanie Wiedemann was selected to fill a vacancy on the board at a meeting last week of township electors, ending a political standoff over the position that led to a government shutdown. With Wiedemann, the board finally able to approve the township's tax levy ordinance and insurance, ending the shutdown.
The township will be reopened tomorrow.
Yeah, Danny. I can see that, Danny.
To operating our vehicles. All our buses will be out and running.
The board also defying Henyard, voting to put on leave with pay 2 of her associates and to hire independent auditors to probe their work.
That ain't right.
But the abrupt, violent end to the evening leaving residents upset. This meeting to do the people's work marred by ugliness. Messages left for South Howland police were not returned.
I will say I don't believe men should hit women, and I do not think men should disrespect women or elderly people or children. But in my opinion, I do not think it matters that she's a woman. She's a whole thug in a dress. He could have left the B word out, but that's about it. Okay, Danny, I can rock with that. Jed could have made a decision as well to not go towards the fight. He chose otherwise. I agree with that as well. He was going back to his seat. Yes, he was going back to his seat. And if something must have been said to make him turn around the way he was, we don't know what was said. But the way he turned around, I felt like something was said. But, Kamal may felt like he was defending his woman, right? His side chick, because he is married. He is not divorced. And he is carrying on, and with Tiff, they're public with their relationship, but he is a married man. Remember when Jed caught Tiff and her boyfriend smoking weed outside? It's been building up animosity since then. Yes, and you remember it was at the same time that they did the when they were at her mom's house across the street, they were doing a peaceful protest, and Kamal came out there trying to fight Jed then too. Was that around the same time? I agree, and self-control. I'm just glad nobody got hurt. But I do feel like this is too much. And look, it's us. It's us. People already look at us like we're crazy. I feel like I get they're frustrated with her. They're frustrated with all the things that we went over with, because what's happening in Dalton is also happening there in Thornton. So even though they're two different entities, they overlap with the same things. And the common denominator there is Tiff Tiff. She seems difficult and hard to work with. I could not work with her. She talked too much. She overtalks. When she don't get her way, she retaliate, and that's just not how you work. Especially when you're a public figure. That's my issues with her. She cannot do what she want to do, how she want to do it, the way she want to do it, and she can't talk to people the way she want to, in my opinion. The trustees are probably fed up. They being rebellious. They not showing up to meetings. They are teaming up to make sure the things that she want to pass is not getting passed. It fails. The things that they want to pass, they team up and make sure it get passed. So I get it. Everybody is frustrated, but at the end of the day, y'all gotta find a way to work with people. Because unless you're about to retire or win the lottery or something like that, you gotta figure out a way to work with people. That's just it, and that's all. Jedediah does not live there, but the people are calling him there to advocate for them, to investigate things that are going on. So the people want him there. Now, I'm not going to say everybody want him there, but he is there. And since he's been there, I feel like a lot of light has been shedded on what's going on there, but I already spoke on how I think you should interact with women, but we could say the same thing for Fanil. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there, but she did report it to Tiff Tiff and nothing happened. We do know that. And as one cop said, Jedediah was issued a protection order against Tiff Tiff and Kamal. And where is the mayor? Where is not the mayor, excuse me, the governor? Because I'm just trying to figure out why higher rank officials aren't coming in and handling this issue, because it has gotten out of hand. That's the question that I do have. And I'm pretty sure Jedediah probably will not be coming back to any more public meetings, as long as Tiffany is, the mayor or the supervisor. And I will say, I feel like Lori report this is just the beginning, that they're going to use that as a tool to baptize Tiffany. And to be honest, if I was Tiffany, I would have had my own independent report done, just so you could have something to counter them. But you too busy out here arguing and running around with this married man. Oh Lord, I did not see oh, TMZ got it up. I did not see the lawyer, y'all. Oh my God. I was trying to find another view. Oh, Tiffany's attorney made a statement. Let's read that, because we want to make sure we provide everybody viewpoint. In the face of the endless false accusations and outright lies about Mel Henyard that are being trafficked on social media by political enemies, it is unsurprising that violence erupted in the social media age. Unchecked falsehoods lead to misplaced tension and aggression. This episode shows that the campaign of false information about the mayor put her and others in danger. And that's Bo B. Brentley. He is Tiffany's lawyer. Okay, so her lawyer did make a statement. And her lawyer also made a statement over at oh, this may be a better view right here, over at Dalton in regards to her. Oh yeah. I need to get this one up. This a better one. Dang, let me see. This off of someone that was there. I'm gonna see if I can get this one up, and that's the last time I'm gonna look at it. Come on, I'll probably call Jada Biatch. Which, listen, if that is his woman, and there's someone standing there that's disrespecting his girlfriend, mistress, or whatever you want to call it, as a man, he should have stood up for her. You know, what man is going to stand there and let you say all those things about their woman? So I agree with that. You agree? Okay, the governor worried about illegal migrants. Okay. Yeah, they're too busy. Definitely number one on Florida government to do this. Yeah. I'm in Florida too. That is true. That is true. I think I found another view, and I can drop the link if anybody would like to come up. But I just don't. I think as a public servant, you always have to put in mind that you are the face of the public. You're going to be in the public. You gonna be every move you make is going to be looked at. It's just how it is. That's why people don't like to go into politics, because it is political, and you are, a public figure. Your address is public. Your pay is public. And a lot of people just cannot handle that. Oh, I'm trying to find this, y'all. A lot of people cannot handle that, but at the end of the day, what do you do when you're in a situation like that? Tiffany should not have came down there. Jedediah could have taken a different route, but if his goal was to, like, set them up, they failed. They failed. They failed because he did what he came to do, and he's gotten his he's gotten his protection order. So it's crazy. What's this lady name? I'm trying to pull up her video. That's why I keep stopped. Oh, right here. Let's see. I don't know how this gonna look because it's on Facebook, but her video is much, much better. She was actually there. See if I can find it. That's one thing I don't like about Facebook, like how it is not in order. Like, you could see something from 5 days ago, or whatever. It should be in date order. Oh, she all outside and everything. But she definitely has a way better view. Oh God, come on. I could find it on my phone easily. I just couldn't imagine this going on at my job and involving me. Is crazy. It's really crazy. Yeah, Jed is independent. Shoot, he don't really report to anybody but himself. So it's just kind of. I ain't finna let nobody trick me out of my money. I bet you that. And I feel like, Tiffany, you done been tricked out of your position and your money because it's so close to election. And just don't think I don't think she made the right decision. But of course, in the heat of the moment. Y'all, I'm trying to get to the a better video, but I don't think it's not working for me. This it. I don't even know if I really want to watch it again. This point, let me. They're giving me ads. See, this is why I like to be on YouTube, because I got YouTube Premium. I don't have to look at no ads. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna come back over there. I was trying to find a better view, but I think you guys got the picture. Think y'all got it. So I'm just wrap it up. Oh, let me drop the link just in case somebody want to come up and get a to immigration. Why don't he stand up for his marriage instead of marry side chick? Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. I don't want my husband to hit any man over words that we got. Yeah, we got shit to lose. But then again, I wouldn't put him in that position. They just showed the fight on NBC News now, and Jed got kicked in the head by by that guy who was standing. Okay, NBC News. Is it on? Okay, let me see if I can find it, because I know there are some better views out there. That one I found on Facebook is really good. Let's see. I'll go over to NBC News. I'll give it one more shot. Oh, that was ABC News that I was on. Let's see. NBC. Jedediah. He already in the search engine. I want this no, that's Lori. We don't talk about Lori, child. We want to see NBC. And it's showing me stuff from 6 months ago, 7 years ago. Jedediah at the Trump rally. He had to be carried up out of there. Okay. They're making me feel like I don't know how to search. Excuse me, y'all. Oh, Jedediah. I'm on my computer. Miss E trying to help me. Oh. Thank you, Miss E. When I tell you I don't want to look at it. I want to look at the one that she just said on the news. Let me just go to NBC News. Because the search on Jedediah's is in the dang on search engine everywhere now. This is why I like to have my videos already ready, set, go. This is too much. Okay. Videos, because it wasn't live. I'm gonna hit popular. Let's see if it pop up. Oh my God. This guy. Okay, let's see. Thornton. This is pissing me off. And then, I mean, it's giving me like 2 years, 3 years. Okay. Let me try one more search and I'm gonna give up. I wanted to see the view that she was talking about, because it sounds like it's a very good view. But I don't understand why it's showing me stuff from 3 years ago. Like, why would I want to see that from 3 years ago? Your restaurant was deemed nasty. Okay, they got too many graphics on that. Your restaurant was deemed nasty. It's proven while you talking about her education, we can't even verify yours. God, they don't put a twist on it. What about this one?
You've been a half-ass mayor. But if you wanted to get up here and earn some respect, then you should have been able to respond to Lori Lightfoot.
Let me see. This may be a good one. They're trying to help me, y'all. Send me the links. But the thing is, I'm on my computer, so it ain't gonna help me being on my phone. She probably don't care at this point. She has the people against her. At some point, just let the job go. Now, one pop, I think I would do that because at this point, I feel like it's causing more harm to me, you know, stress for me. Like, y'all want this job, y'all can have it. NBC News now. Okay, that's where I messed up at. Okay. NBC News now. That's where I messed up. I just did NBC. Okay.
It's called distilling.
Yeah, I don't have my what you call it set up. My my Instagram set up on my computer, which is my fault. Okay. I think I got it. News now. Now I just gotta find it. This can't be real. Okay, let me do this. In case somebody want to come up, let me drop the link, and then I'll pull it up. Yeah, but I need a better angle because where they were over there in the corner. They were over. I need somebody that actually got it up there. Okay. Okay. Miss E says I can't find it either. Normally now I used to be able to find something like. Let me look at one more place and then okay, I dropped the link if anybody wants to come up. I just gotta look and see if someone is on there. Miss E, hit me up if it's somebody on the here. Oh, you probably won't be able to see them, huh? Oh, they say this is a full video. I don't like that angle though. Does she have a good one? Let's see. I think she was at the meeting right here too. This Vivian lady. Oh, she's okay, she ain't playing either. Golly. It's so many videos out here. All like, why can't I find a damn video that's close? Oh man. And I tell you, people that I'm not even searching for are up here. Like, just come on now. Hold on, let me see. Oh shit. Oh, hold on. I see you. But if it's a pop-up, it ain't gonna play for me. But yep. Got a pop-up saying I need to register for that. Thank you though, Shan. Appreciate it. I'm not gonna pay and put my information in there. Just don't want to be kind to me. Come on now. Jedediah, he live now. Okay, let's see. I found some other angles. Let me see. I don't want to see. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. This a better one. Okay. Come on now. I don't want to hear them talking.
Was essentially the board started to speak lies that activist that comment by activist Jedediah Brown led to a full-on brawl between him and Henyard's boyfriend, Kamal Woods. Punches were thrown, people climbed on tables, and even started kicking one another as Henyard allies started to jump in. Before this, Woods and William Moore, two Township employees hired by Henyard, were placed on administrative leave as an investigation begins into their roles with the Township. Henyard called this a personal move, yet their work has been questioned by the board and the community. This was the first meeting since trustee Stephanie Wiedemann filled a vacant seat on the board just last week.
Go ahead, Vicky. I don't really want to listen to them talk. I kind of want to see what's going on. It's so much out here that I can't get what I want.
There's a lady, no apologies, just me. She was there, and I listened to some of her commentary last night, like directly after the meeting. Um, I don't know if you want to like pull it up, but she caught she was at
Did
like
she strike my channel?
No, I don't think so, because I mean, she was, I don't know, because like another channel has used the angle that she was at. You can kind of see when old boy was kicking him, and then you see when he hops on the table and starts punching the TV. So her angle catches it from like a catty corner angle, where it's a good angle to catch specifically that, because you got to kind of like piece together like all these different angles that people were catching, because some people caught from the other side, and then like
Yeah, I saw a good one on Facebook. It was just a regular person though, but I can't
yeah,
find it.
it was like some, I had to slow it down to see, like, because I was looking to see like how long Tiffany was in there or what she was doing. I had to go to a few places and slow it down, but they drug her up out of there. I don't know if you caught that.
No,
She
I
was
was.
she
Yeah,
was
I didn't slow it down or anything. I was just watching it
I was, because
at regular speed.
there's no reason why a grown woman, a 40-something-year-old woman, is jumping in a fight with some big 6-foot men. Because I really wanted to see. I'm like, who got the lawsuit money? And it's sad because it's going to fall on the township to probably, if somebody sues, if somebody gets hurt,
Yeah.
she's not going to pay anything.
Well, she's not insured, so
Yeah. I mean, so at least with a personal injury, what's she going to file bankruptcy? Probably.
I
But
don't know.
I'll send you the link to her channel.
I found it.
Just You found it, okay. So she caught, like, yeah, it was like a caddy. She was kind of sort of behind Jedediah. I don't know why he turned his behind around.
I think he must have said something. Come on.
Kamal kind of like moved and made a hand motion to move forward. Like he was making a shoving hand motion. So Jedediah kind of cocked, like did a ifing, like a ifing motion, like he was gonna jump at him, and then oh boy, he stuck his hand out one way, and then he stuck his hand out another way, and that's when the other one, Lavelle, he swung, and that's when, like, I think from how I saw it, Jedediah and both Lavelle were trying to stop each other, and they just said screw it.
Yeah.
But Kamal can't fight.
Come on, can't fight.
No, you're supposed to be
Why did he
protecting her.
jump on the table and your girl on the ground?
Well, that's another dude. That's the dude who's ship that gets sued, or they're on township property. If somebody gets hurt for this, if
They
they
just
have,
got in. Yeah. I wonder, do he still have that BMW? Because they were saying Kamal had that BMW.
girl, they're gonna have to pry it out of his cold hands. I mean,
I
cause he
couldn't.
loved that little car. That's her chauffeur car. Cause the truck is the well. What I was saying, what it reminds me of is, uh, like back in the day, it was an NBA game where all these basketball players got into a fight. A fan threw something down, and
Oh,
so
you talking about Steven Jackson and
no, this was like 2022. I mean 2002. Sorry,
yeah,
2002.
Steven Jackson, Ron Ortiz,
Yes, I think
yeah.
I think it was. So remember, one of them laid down on the thing. There was supposed to be a fight, and he laid down on the table like, "I'm not involved in this," because he was always getting in fights. That's what it seemed like. What old boy was doing to me. He like, I'm jumping on the table because I ain't in this shit.
She said
But
it
then
was
he
there in Detroit. That's when I used to watch basketball.
Malice in the
These new
Palace. That's
cats
it.
is soft.
Yeah, they don't fight like, man. It used to be fun watching college football. When I was a kid, college football used to be the best. When it had good fights. It was players in there jumping in there without pads on, fighting. I'm a destructive person, if y'all case y'all didn't tell. But yeah, that's that angle. Like you could see him kicking, and then you see her. All you see is orange being drug up out of there. Like that's
All I
her.
see is hair, baby, looking like Wanda from Holiday Heart, baby. That's all I see. Still getting paid.
But that's what they did to Lewis Lacy. They suspended him first with pay, and then they fired him. So that's what's coming. So
Look
that
at
he'll
Whiskey.
get a few more checks. But they suspended. Remember Lewis Lacy,
Yeah.
the old police chief.
Yep.
But I don't know, I guess Jed didn't start the fight though. He didn't throw the first. He did start the fight.
Verbally.
I
If you
mean,
if you saying he started it verbally, because by the time he made it over there, the other two, they were already in kind of entangled up together.
Lavelle had his hand
That's his
from
name, Lavelle. Yeah.
there. Lavelle had his hand stuck out, and because he was kind of like he wasn't in between, but he was to the side in between. That's why and I mean she drug. That's a ghetto. Not I won't even say she's a ghetto a hood bee because a hood bee know how to fight. I'm just saying she didn't. A hood bee being all like she's probably like 5'4" or something. They can knock somebody out. All she was doing is just tossing that little wig around and swinging. She kicked
See,
her
they
shoe.
was already fighting. Jed is
No,
back
no,
up.
no.
Yeah.
Rewind it. Slow it down a little bit more if
Oh,
you
let she
can.
go.
Look at her.
Okay.
Ignorant.
You talking
Just
about look at
ignorant.
her.
Ignorant.
I can't get it at the right point, B. Let me see.
Okay,
Okay,
stop.
I might have to end.
It's one thing if my man is fighting a woman, like, or he getting jumped by two women. I'm gonna get up in there and I'm gonna take one. You take the other one. But I'm not getting up in there with three, four men all around. No, baby, I will nurse you. I mean, I might get a stick or something and start hitting some people with a stick. That's the best I can do. Tiffany is not a big woman. You think you're gonna do something with these 6 foot something men? You're gonna jump in the middle of tussling with these 6 foot something men? That's just ghetto. I won't call it ghetto. It's just
Oh,
it's tacky and it's trashy.
I ain't see you. You want to come up?
Yeah, I just came up to
Oh,
say something because just my experience in fights or brawls in the
oh,
legal
you got an
system and courtroom
expertise.
wise. Yeah, because when fights like this happen, everybody there can catch a case. Everybody involved can catch a case. Jed on
Mm-hmm.
down to Tiff. They all can catch a case. It just will vary. But the main person here will catch a hot felony, which would be the first two guys. Those guys, whoever, if they can figure out who threw the first punch, I don't know their names. I don't know how they look. I just know when people throw out her boyfriend name, Kamal, and all this other stuff. I know that. I really don't know how they look. But when Jed being disrespectful, talking, the only time they will charge talk is if it's a physical threat that's able to be foreseen as happening. Him calling her a B, him flinching, that don't warrant a case. You're not gonna catch a case for flinching at somebody. And honestly, the fight had already started before as he walking over right now, he puts his hands out. Look like he breaking it up.
He put his hands,
It don't even look like he starting. And then somebody hit him from back. Watch, somebody's finna come from behind him and hit him before he even get in the fray. And that's what pushes him into the person. See, you gotta watch the video with detail to
look
each individual. And them old ladies jumped in too.
Yeah, it looked like one of them old ladies was here in Tiffany. Look at them. Look at the ladies over there.
I would have got a punch in there.
Somebody got like she was fighting Tiffany to me.
Yeah, somebody got a shot of her actually hitting Tiffany. Somebody got a shot.
I would have got one in there.
Actually hitting Tiffany somewhere on YouTube because I saw it last night. Because I was like, really?
Good.
What's happening right now? Like, wow.
Good.
But I think, in my opinion, I don't think Jedediah was setting them up. I think they were trying to get him to get rowdy so they can arrest him because of all the noise he's making. And it's not him. It's the things y'all doing. He's just loud and being him. Because I guess this has been him for a long time. So they're not paying attention to the main thing. And the main thing ain't even Jedediah. The main thing is them feds. And while he getting protection orders against y'all, if it's likely to show that y'all have been harassing him, he probably won't even get charged. And that's usually what comes out in situations like this while they talking about provoking. If you've been following it, which I believe Lady T-Book has seen some of the videos, earlier videos where the police was following Jedediah all off in other cities and all that kind of stuff. He got videos of it. Then you bring that to the court because it's not going to stick right there in Dalton because they're trying to charge him with felonies. That's county court. That's Cook County. So they're going to have to go to Cook County. Cook County judges don't care who Tiffany is. They're going to go by what's actually factual. So it's really not in their best interest to even get in the tussle with him. I would just ignore him and let him howl at the moon. Because what's going to happen is going to happen without him. And in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, not Lady T-Book or anybody else, I don't even think they're going to show up to vote. I think those people in the room, probably the only people going to vote.
And a lot of those people don't even live there. They can't vote. Like Jed, he can't vote. You know what I'm saying? So
right, but people, I think they're mostly Dalton residents.
I was going to say they
people that's going to vote in Dalton.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. What's the couple's name? The white man and the black lady.
Paul and
is it Jennifer?
His name is Paul.
Yeah, I think they're Thornton residents, and there's a lot of people who because Thornton.
Well, he probably was.
They were there. They were there. They just the Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
They the wife spoke. And I don't know if she looked different this time because maybe was it the wife?
Her name is Jennifer.
I'm getting them confused, but they were there because I listened to them after the incident after this happened last night, and they're residents of Thornton Township. I think there's a lot of residents of Thornton Township.
Well,
because
it is put together of all different.
Right, and I believe it's the largest in Illinois. Yeah, so I think that there's going to be a big voter turnout for this, but as far as because she has to write in now, right?
Yes.
I don't think the people who were supporting her, most of the people who support her she goes after the people who are less fortunate and older people who aren't going to probably take the time to write it unless she does it for them. I'm just saying. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. She's going. I'm serious. She's gonna go after the
I
people.
don't know, Vicky.
She's appealing to people who don't have
Who
much. That's why
vote?
she does so many giveaways, huh?
But them the people who seem to vote there.
Yeah, and I'm sure she's gonna try to go pick them up and make them go voting, right? Do whatever she can do for them. But you can't get everybody. And when they start seeing the vote is coming up soon, if I'm in a couple months,
Yeah,
right? Or
the 25th. That's why they voted to
February
have the
25th.
meeting on the 24th,
yeah.
instead of the 25th because that's election day. And Tiffany voted to keep it on the 25th. I'm like, girl, stop.
And Vicky, that's
So
the problem now because they didn't show up to vote. Remember
No,
the
here.
numbers.
Remember, she was appointed here. They didn't
she
She
vote
was
was
her in. She
appointed
appointed.
was
in
appointed.
Thornton, but in
Mhm.
Dalton they
Yes.
didn't show up to vote.
Yeah.
But
I I still don't trust Mr. Gonzalez because he was the one who kind of he was oh I didn't he didn't know, but you didn't know she was mouthy and she was kind of bulldogish when it came to certain things that can be all cute and fine, but that's not me. So
That's Shan.
but she
no, because she was
what
a trustee. Where was she a trustee at? Dalton or Thornton?
both
Dalton. At
both
Dalton.
what was her position in Thornton? What did she
She
not have a
worked there.
position?
I thought she worked there too.
I thought so too, but it could be because they thought because she was a mayor, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, she was the mayor before becoming the
But
supervisor.
to respond to Glorious, if my husband is a bit different, my married boyfriend, no, I'm not fighting for him.
I can't stand her talking about
Oh
married
no, we going
boyfriend.
toe to toe.
You going with your married boyfriend?
If he my married boyfriend, yeah, we
Mm-mm.
together.
Mm-mm.
That
I,
woman
We
gonna get that money, Shan.
We together. If we together, cause you better believe if I'm talking to somebody married, I'm definitely getting something out of it. So if we together, we gotta, be together. Cause something mine, wife or no wife, something is mine. So
I look at it like
we
this, man.
gotta stick up for our stuff.
Who gonna bail us out in case they want to take us all?
We already got that covered because if I'm your girlfriend, I done got that covered. But see, I'm not gonna talk to no married man anyway because you got a wife. That's first. But if I am, I'm gonna play my position, and I'm gonna play my position right. We ain't gotta worry about all that.
You're not gonna be like Sonya.
I'm
Okay.
gonna stay a friend. We not gonna ever. I'm your friend to the end. Howdy ho.
But yeah,
I cannot.
I think she was more sizzling and boiling, like they had just suspended her man and all this other stuff was going on, and I know you said whip pay, but that the the
That could
term
change though after this fight. That could change.
oh yeah, the termination is
Yeah.
coming.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
they a lot of stuff might happen because she technically her getting into a fight could be a problem for Dalton and that job there. She could get censored. So here they be snatching, they'll be doing. But this ain't here. I don't know what they do there.
Yeah. I know DeSantis would have been a setup if he had to stand up on a damn rock. He loved a press conference.
Yeah, and that's what'll happen here because most of the places that's like that here, they went into emergency management so quickly. You be like, dang, I didn't know it was that bad. By the time you find out how bad it really is, they are already in emergency management. So you like, dang, because Flint went into emergency management. We got a lot of small communities that then went into emergency management. Detroit was on the verge of going into emergency management. They don't play. That's why I'm confused about how this stuff been backed up for 4 years. Because y'all ain't even getting money, federal funds and state funds, because y'all not running y'all cities appropriately. So somebody would have been ran down on y'all here. So
That's what I don't understand.
And the IG would have been swooped in on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like she had these emergency funds available for her, and is it that she just didn't want to fill out the paperwork, or like what
you have to have a budget, Vicky. They're not going to issue you any funds or
without a budget.
any funds without a budget.
Right.
I mean, this is she really did screw the pooch with this because I mean, with both positions, and she probably could have carried them. People will vote off of facial recognition just alone.
Yeah.
And she could have kept those positions for many, many years. I don't think there's any term limits on either one of those positions because, from my understanding, was the
Oh, they're
supervisor
like
for,
a two term. I see what you're saying. Like if
yeah.
two terms, you're out or three. Gotcha.
I just think the
Yeah,
supervisor
they
was the
got limits
supervisor
here.
for many, many years, and like she could have been raking in. What was she Was she making like 300,000, close to 300,000?
200 there, and then the
She
game,
got
the alcohol commission, and the mayor. I think she
mayoral position. Yeah, so
over.
she got to be making like I want to. I mean, from my last time I
Brian,
checked. Hmm?
Brian, and did Brian? You think she got a stash, Brian?
I hope she does. If all that money that's missing, I would hope that if she don't have it, she ain't paying rent. She ain't paying for the cars.
And she
She's
got him with a good salary, so
They should be millionaires by now. I mean, seriously, this has been 2 or 3 years of putting everything on the taxpayers' dime. Actually, like almost 4 years now of putting everything on the taxpayers' dime. I would assume that she's like a millionaire. That's what I mean. If you're gonna steal, you might as well steal it to. And then no, ain't no telling all these little different contracts that she's done dished out, and supposedly there's that couple $100,000 driveway that was supposedly for her mama's house, and just these different things. She's foolish. I mean, I don't think I think she's just screwing off the money. To be honest with you, because look at her hair. I'm just saying. I know y'all getting petty with me about the hair, but look at the hair.
Vicky, I'm letting you get out whatever you got to say. This is just, I just, oh man, y'all
I did.
know this just doesn't look right. Like,
Well, the fight is one thing. The to go back to Dalton, I
oh,
am
73 pages. I did say that.
yeah, I got to go download that. Is it on? It's on their website.
No,
Oh, okay.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. I um I thought it was going to be a little more acutely detailed, but I also understand that there's a FBI investigation. You
Yeah,
know.
it is more detailed. She only went over a few pages. She only went over what, like 10 slides, but it's actually 73.
I think that most people, especially us watching across the world, because I mean, there's people watching across the world. I think most people didn't really want the history. I think she could have went over some more details. So maybe Tiffany was telling the truth about like the Amazon ice skate ring towels, but who asked for that? Because you thought it would be cute to
What
take
you mean
have.
she was telling the truth? She purchased that without going through the proper
Well, remember
channels.
she told Cleopatra or whatever her name, whatever the radio host name was that she went on, that a lot of the Amazon charges were for it was for the skating rink.
Yeah, but they still didn't follow the skating
I
rink
know
wasn't
that,
approved.
Lazy Bug. I'm
So that's
just
what you said. You talking about she telling the truth.
I mean, she's telling
Hey,
a half
Cornell.
truth. Maybe she's telling a half truth, but but the skate like this. Just we know that. I'm just saying that was her excuse on the radio show that they're asking me about this, but that's what this was for. This is for the Amazon. It was Amazon through because I was purchasing. She made it sound different. You got to purchase ice for the ice
Yeah,
skating rink. But it was
yeah.
wait a minute. So Lori said, okay, these are for ice skating rink tiles. Like these are tiles that you have to put down that nobody's allowed to use. That nobody's making any money. That this town isn't making any money off of. She just got it so her daughter can take pictures on there. She could take pictures on there. It's little stuff like
Well,
that.
she got it illegally.
I know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Um, what else? It was I know that she got held in contempt, right?
Mm-hmm. for not issuing a liquor license to that restaurant.
What else is what else? Okay,
After the judge told her that she had no grounds to stand on and she could not do that, she still didn't do it. So I don't think that's over with yet. I think she got to go back to court on that.
I believe so. It's just it's too much. I mean, to save face at this point, I would have just I would step down. Like it
I would too.
just to save face. It and get your affairs in order, whether something happens to her criminally or not. But like save your daughter some humiliation and let Jed tell it. Oh my gosh, he did
Don't
read her for
say. I'm
filth.
like, why? Jay, kids are off limits.
Baby, he just I mean he was just going in and I'm like I understand again, I'm with everybody. I understand y'all are frustrated and
Yeah.
you don't like her. And you can't she don't never want to hear the truth and she will not answer questions at the meetings. And she goes on these tangents for 30 minutes at a time. But you really do have to catch her outside. Like and catch her outside in a way where you just gonna have to catch her. I get it, but the way the way that happened, I know it was sticks. I wish that wouldn't have happened because it makes people need to understand, especially minorities in positions of power. And I've said this before.
Yes, you have. I already know where you're going. Yes, you have.
When you get into these positions, you have to be squeaky freaking clean because we are a minority. So you represent because we're a minority, you represent a large part of us. Unfortunately, in other people's eyes. This doesn't just go for black people, but you have to like keep it clean. And don't even if okay, let's just magically say all this stuff that she can legitimize every single purchase she's made, every single action she's made during her tenure as supervisor and mayor. Let's say that the optics of it still look bad and the stain does not leave you. And someone made a good point and they're like, well, if she
Mhm.
doesn't get supervisor and she
Mhm.
doesn't get reelected as mayor,
Mhm.
she could try to she could wait a little bit and try to come back as with another position like clerk or something. After let people forget for a little bit, make friends with some of the people who are in position, who've been elected and so forth. And she come back try to come back as clerk and she could get elected because people's memories are short and we are a forgiving people,
Mm.
you know?
I'm
So
not, but I get what you're saying.
no, but I'm not saying you, but
I
I'm
get what
just
you're saying in general.
yeah, we can be forgiving. We can forgive for major things, which I know we really shouldn't always, but it just was bad. It was bad last night, girl. I was just looking. Because I thought everybody was. I kept seeing the headline fighting Thornton, fighting Thornton. Like, what are
Yeah,
they?
when we got off my live, what I did something and then I clicked and I was like, what the hell going on? I was like, oh my God. And I was looking at all these, I was like, I cannot believe this. I can't believe that they're all fighting like this.
What if the fight, just the fight period, like them three fighting, and then I don't even recognize old boy. I thought it was I thought at first it was Uncle Lowdown, the one who raps and he's in charge of sanitation.
Oh,
I
I
thought
didn't
it.
even see him. Hey, what's
I
his name? Will is he no.
I just know him as Uncle Lowdown, the
Oh
rapper,
Lord.
the rapper garbage man. Um, I could be wrong. He might not be a garbage man, but I'm just saying.
I know you talking about because he's over his department. I just can't remember what his name is on. Now, since I haven't been covering this, I don't forgot a lot of these folks' name. I got to get back familiar. But I'm like, oh my God, I got to talk about this. Nesto, you got to go back in the vault for one day.
Uh, I thought it was him at first, but then I'm like, it's both your men, girl, and you who know and she got rid of one real quick and then jumped in bed with the with the other one allegedly real quick. I'm like, so you know, these are two men that you had back to back, and they about to fight. And I mean, what like, and then you jumping your behind in the fray. At first, I didn't see her. Like, I just saw a bunch of people, and I'm like, oh, everybody getting their licks in,
Yeah.
because supposedly her, you know, her man Kamal has been he threatens people, and now he should not. And okay, let me back up. He shouldn't have said anything to Jedediah. And a lot of the people who were in there, that guy who got suspended, the other guy, the older older bald headed gentleman who got suspended with pay,
William Moore.
William Moore.
Mm-hmm.
He was speaking to the residents like while they were giving their commentary. And you know, one of the ladies, she said, I mean, I'm reclaiming my time. And another lady, he was like talking to them, and that kind of behavior is not, it's unacceptable, period. I know it's been
Mm-hmm.
going on for a long time, but she has to
Yeah.
know that crashing out like this, it's not a good look, and it's not going to get you reelected. I personally don't think she's going to get reelected, but
Yeah.
I could go with the theory that possibly, maybe sometime down the road, people will forget. And it's like, oh, yeah, she used to be supervisor, or she used to be mayor. What happened to her? And they're like, what? You know, she's behaved herself, or she's been cool with me. And they could elect her for something else, and she could weasel her ass back into another position to where she's higher up.
Good
And when
night,
she
L. I don't think it's anything higher than the mayor. What for those two particular places in the supervisor?
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's only what, like, I think she's my age, 41, like 40, maybe 42. I could see it happening like in the next 7 years. Maybe she'll just weasel her way back up to try to get reelected, because she done got the taste of that money now. Just think, she has to go find a job now.
Yeah, maybe jail, Cornell, because they still doing the FBI investigation.
And so that's, the FBI. I understand why they take their time, because they have an unlimited budget, and they could just sift through whatever, and they want to make sure that all their T's are crossed and their I's are dotted. But sometimes when it's urgent and there's people being affected, like, this money, if she is pilfering it, like we all think that she may be doing, this could really hurt these people long term, and it could mean bad
Brian's coming
things.
out of the chat. Brian, keep them coming.
Blackstone, what's Blackstone? I don't know.
Jail coming. Yeah.
I don't know Blackstone. I'm just out. Am I out the loop? Is that a gang? Is that a gang?
Listen,
I don't know
I
what
can
that
say
is.
this: a lot of the people that she have put in position, in those positions, making all that money,
Oh, baby, they about.
they're all gonna be probably gone.
Yeah, they about to be up out of here. And I think that's why everybody's so, like, they don't. They're willing to crash out for her. Keith Price didn't. I mean, I'm telling Keith Price did not move an inch. He probably waddled his ass to a different section, but he did not move an inch to try to help his boss's homeboy, or his boss's boyfriend. All these people are probably making between, upwards of
Right.
$75,000, and this is more money. I don't even know what the median income in Illinois is, but I know it's probably lower than 75,000.
Yeah.
So you take somebody who's making that much money back down, because the trust, if she doesn't get reelected and that other fella gets in, or whomever, because I think there's some other people who joined in the race for supervisor. If the
Yeah,
other
Nate, they tried to block Nate, filed
Who's
Keith
Nate?
Price, the little young boy.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
He's gonna be on.
On the ballot.
They overturned that, yes. So he will be on there.
Well, You take a lot of these people, they probably desperate. Like they know. If you know, okay, I'll put it this way. If you know you work for somebody who's accused of being crooked, right? And you're making a decent amount of money under them, wouldn't you have the gangster stash set away?
I think personally for them, they got too comfortable and they got some wins, which is why they got too comfortable and they felt like they had security because she would not be replaced. Because she's just gotten away with it this long. And to me, she's just unprofessional. Because when you're the leader, you gotta lead by example. And I get you frustrated at them, they ganging up against you. I get all that, but you got to figure out a way to redirect that. You cannot just be disrespecting people, talking over them, taking their pictures down, just I'm gonna do what I want type of attitude. No, you gotta take a step back and reevaluate what you got going on and correct yourself. And she cannot even shut up to do so.
What
None of
I
these
really
lawsuits, you got 48 lawsuits, like that's a lot.
what I really don't like is the residents want answers, right? The
Yeah.
residents have been asking for answers, and every meeting they go in there and they ask for answers from her.
Hmm.
She doesn't seem to answer questions, even at the.
She don't want to. She don't feel she have to. She feel like they should trust her, and they should know she know what she doing because she educated. Okay.
Now, somebody told me that college is defunct now, that she supposedly got her degree from.
All I know is when Laura did her final report, she said she could not verify that she even has a degree.
Okay, but I don't like that. I really don't like that piece because then she's, like you said, she's disrespectful to the residents they, um, when they ask questions. They ask the basic questions, and if she gets like snappy with them when man, this is public comment. Well, what's the point of me making a comment? And she knows that, and she knows to like be dismissive towards them and just let them get it out their system. And she just sits up there doodling
Mm-hmm.
like it's nothing. Like none of y'all mean anything to me. Y'all are beneath me. We're gonna have big bingo. I'm gonna spend these checks,
Oh
and
yeah.
it is what it is. And like it's that's the frustrating part to me. Okay, you gonna screw me over,
Yeah.
but then you won't answer. You won't even have the courtesy and decency to tell me a good lie.
Brian's like, stop playing, stop playing. Brian, I'm trying
Brian,
here, okay? Brian, like,
I'm
stop playing.
I'm trying to give her grace, Brian. I'm not. I don't try to be a
Tiffany,
mean person.
sweetheart, I have my moments, but I'm really trying not to go too far with this because this is very sensitive, but could be very sensitive. But
I don't try to be a mean person, but
Brian, like, please stop, stop with the cap.
I know I can be mean. I know if I just let loose, I know I can be very much mean. So I don't try to let that part of me loose because of what I really want to say is some very bad stuff about her. However, I understand that this is probably the first time she's ever made as much money as she's ever made, and that can go to your head. But
Yeah, power too. Yep,
yes,
yep.
I can also see that she was a problem beforehand because she was disrespectful to the prior mayor. So this is the power of voting. You do get who you vote in for, and we can't always vote by color and gender, and we have to kind of look a little bit deeper. And if somebody shows you who they are, what's the Maya Angelou quote? When somebody shows
Believe
you,
them.
yeah,
Believe them.
believe them. And she was sassy and like rude and disrespectful to the prior mayor and the other trustees beforehand. She was giving them the business beforehand. And then She really showed her. She showed who she really was. Now, remember, I know that there's a record of her getting arrested for busting out windows.
Hmm.
This what we saw last night. She's a window busterer.
Vicky.
She is a window busterer. She'll bust them. You know, if she jumps into melee with
Yep.
big giant grown men, she don't care. If she about to crash out, and she's like, I'm gonna crash all the way out. Y'all gonna take this money from me? Because it's all about the money. Y'all gonna take this money from me? Then you gonna have to pry it out my cold dead hands because I'm taking this with me. But
But
I
she,
guess,
yeah, she has been said to be a slumlord
oh, that poor lady, that poor baby, like, and she didn't really get in trouble for that either.
for the Are
With
you
that
talking
lady,
about the eviction?
well, not the she didn't get in trouble for the eviction either.
Yeah,
That
she
lady,
paid. They paid the money up. I think it was like 10K or something like that. They did pay the money up.
I don't
But
know why that lady let her stay there.
I think she just wanted to save her house because she was saying that it was going to go on foreclosure because she wasn't working.
I,
And that was she needed that money, to pay it
yeah.
off. I think that's why. And whatever the judge said, I don't know if the judge gave her an option to stay or leave. I don't remember that part, but I do remember them saying that she had to pay like 10K in back rent.
Plus fines, right? And fees and fines.
I think that's the sum of it.
I mean, I feel bad for the landlord. I'm talking about the tenant though too. The
Yeah,
tenant who was
yeah.
living in Tiffany's property. I still want to know. I would love for the FBI to unveil, if they can unveil, what she was doing, what kind of business they're doing with these properties.
Yeah,
Remember we
because
talked about that a while back?
yeah, they're talking about because she wanted to buy some more properties, and they were like, "We're not in the real estate business." Them as in the trustees,
Right,
no,
right.
they shut that down because they're saying that they're obtaining those properties through Dalton, and then they're selling them to her friends and families or what have you.
Right. They're selling them for like pennies on the dollar, right?
Right, right.
That's what I mean. I really can't wait for that if the FBI ever comes through because they could stop their investigation at any time. We'll never know. I mean, they could just put out a report, but I don't I don't think it's gonna be that simple. Um, I think something is coming down the pipeline. We're just looking at a desperate woman, like
Yeah.
she's obviously desperate. She doesn't want to lose the luxuries that she currently has. But from my understanding, she's living with her mama.
Yeah,
Did you?
because Jedediah even went because you can go to a elected official's home and peacefully protest, and you have to leave by a certain time. I believe it's like 10 p.m. They were upset because that was her mom house, but that's the house that she used for her legal address. That's public. So that's on her. Section 8 pimping. Yes, Brian. Section 8
See,
pimping.
I don't like that because I have lived Section 8 before, and it takes a lot to get that. And that's you pay taxes and you need assistance, and you finally get your number gets called to get that assistance, and you would hope that the landlord is gonna do right. And I've had some friends who have been on it, and they taken advantage of it. I'm not here to
Well, they
judge, but
can remove her as a being a tenant on there if she is a slumlord and her
but
properties don't meet code.
she seems to just be getting away with this shit. And I think that's where the spiral is, the spin out is coming from, because she's so used to getting away with this, and she's so used to not really having any penalties or any um repercussions. That's the right word. Any
Yeah.
repercussions for
Yeah.
her actions and her
Yeah,
behavior.
because they know that she gonna retaliate, like going up on the ticket, having them drive around and ticket people for $500. People, knowing that people can't afford that to pay those, and they not even really part or doing anything illegal, but because you put the orders out, they going out there following them. Then you won't get your liquor license for your restaurants. Then you won't get your business license for your business. It's just one thing after another. And I don't know her thought process as to how long she thinks she's just going to be able to mistreat people and come out on top, because every dog has their day, and I'm not saying that, what Jedediah doing is get back or nothing like that, but Tiffany has just not been on the up and up, and everybody is not lying on her. Everybody is
No,
not picking on her.
I think this is another. I hate to use this word so loosely, like narcissism, but this seems to be like a prime example of somebody who is an abject, like outright narcissist. I don't know if you like look at, what do you think?
When she was up there talking, which I call her farewell speech, I was just like, is she serious right now? Because she just kept going on, and they were pretty much booing her and, talking over her, and, nobody wanted to hear her talking. I mean, she just was like, I'm going to get my damn point out. I don't care what y'all say. And I just was like, is she serious right now? Because what is the point?
Which farewell speech is this?
I call it the farewell speech. Well, before public, the what I use
I
the
didn't
word
watch the whole
for.
meeting. Is this last night?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't watch the whole meeting, so
Let me
please
see
fill
what
me in if you
speech.
could.
Everybody should check all the facts and know.
Girl, she was going on and on with the let me see if I can get it to the right spot. And I was like,
I still get my head and focus on your needs as residents. And I came to every single board meeting to make sure that I allocated whatever it is that you guys needed. I also want to say that just had in my heart that people treated this like politics and didn't govern for those 90 days, that you didn't have government in your community so that we can operate and give you your resources that you truly needed. A lot of people that called our office crying about they didn't have food, they didn't have a way to dialysis, and that's just what broke my heart and why I keep going, because those people is who I care about. And that's why I became a public servant and got into, I call it politics now. It's all tricks. It's all about what people say about you that they think gonna stick on the wall. So that's all it is. But when people see through the mess, because I think the people are woke now, I just appreciate you guys for listening to me. All the ones that have taught how politics go and taught how things work in government. You're seeing it through my lenses. So thank you so much just for supporting me and making sure that others understand their government. I pray that it was very helpful for you to understand what to do with a FOIA. And it's a Freedom of Information Act where you can go in any one of your cities, any one of your parks, libraries, school boards, and you can FOIA any information that you would like to know about that board or what they have been doing with your taxpayer dollars. So I just want to say I'm helpful and happy with the things that we have accomplished at Thornton Township. To my staff, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful that you stayed forward throughout the controversy. I'm thankful that you guys just kept going and providing a way for all of our residents at Thornton Township. The youth, my heart always bleeds for y'all because I am the youth. So I really appreciate you because now you guys know what a mayor is, you know what a supervisor is. You guys now want to be like me. So I appreciate that you see before you. So I just wanted you to understand that I love you to my residents and my youth, and I'm glad that I can inspire somebody that might want to get in government, might want to get in politics. I'm glad that I am able to do those things for you. And thank you to most people that do listen and open your ears and close your mouths so that way you can hear a different narrative as it relates to what's going on in the world. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't stress that enough. I just wanted to give you that little bit of praise because without you, brother, I won't be as successful as I am. This all your
Yes,
love,
Brian.
all your commitment to change in the community is the reason why your Superman still stands today. So thank you again. What I do want my residents of Thornton Township to know is don't be like the bitter people that you see. Don't be like the people that's really hateful or hardening heart or just got so much negativity to say. Always find peace in your life, find peace at home, find peace in your job, find peace in everywhere you go. I just want you to know, residents, this too shall pass, and when it passes, I will be victorious. I will succeed in everything that I do, everything that I accomplish. I just want you to know that I love you. You got to out there do about that. So even I hate you, I love you too. So anything you got, I appreciate y'all. And I just want y'all to know that I'm here to stay. And I just want you to focus on rebuilding community and leading with love, leading with your heart, and don't let that deter you from doing anything different but that. Stay focused, keep God first, stay prayed up. I do want them to put prayer back in the schools because that is lost. I just think it's a lot of changes that need to be done throughout government, especially the school districts and especially the parks and libraries where our kids need those things. I don't like the fact that they took parents out of school because a lot of your kids come to us and they fill out an application. When they fill out an application, guys, they do not know how to sign their name in person. So that's something else that we have brought here to Thornton Township to try to help alleviate some of the issues that you see before you. And another thing I'm big on is bilingual. I think our kids should learn different and I just want to push these things out so you understand kind of where I come from and what it is that I really want our community to benefit from.
Vicky,
So,
tell me when you got enough.
for your love and support, and I will now open it up to public comment. So public comment, you do have 3 minutes. I know she has have a list here. The clerk will be over the timer, and she have a list. Listen for your name. You do have 3 minutes. Please, whatever you do, be respectful of people's time and in their opinion, however they feel. Whether it's good, bad, or different, it does not matter. They are addressing the board, not the residents. So please keep your comments down so we can hear every single person that comes up and want to say something as it relates to whatever it is with Thornton Township. So please be respectful of one another. All right, go ahead.
Hi, I have a comment I would like to make, clerk. Can I just say something really quick?
Go ahead.
First of all, I just want to say thank you to the.
Okay, that's it. It was a little longer, Vicky, but that's all right. All right, chat later. Okay, bye, One Pap. Thank you so much for being here and supporting. Go to get more ghetto drama from Shamar episode. Have a great night. You too. All right, Vic. That's it was a little longer than that, but I'm like nobody's listening, and they were trying to get to the public comment. Let's just rush this along. Vicky got us on mute, y'all. Yeah, the attorney looked very unbothered. Oh, there she go. There she go. Vic, I can't hear you.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
The attorney's like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. But it's she knows the end is near. She knows it. She's probably talked to her lawyers. She knows the end is near. And what did she say? She was I heard her say about cursive, and it was something else. Did she say bilingual?
She was just saying penmanship, like the kids don't know how to write in cursive anymore. Like they what else she said? Oh, prayer. They took prayer out of school, so she's like them to put that back in there.
So that tells me she's going the Republican route now. That's what that tells me. Because usually when people start going, oh, they took prayer out of school and all this stuff, that means she's going the more conservative route. It didn't work as a Democrat, so now she's going to go Republican. To me, it's like she's trying to
switch like that. We have a few people that do that here,
and that's perfectly fine. It is what it is. But, ma'am, you over there. You talking about prayers, yet you breaking the commandments. You over there sleeping with somebody's husband. Like, I don't know.
Why he haven't got a divorce?
I think he is going through a divorce.
Okay.
I think he is. So I'll give him some credit on
Okay, I
that.
was wondering. I don't know, child. I'm
I
just getting back in there. I'm just getting my feet wet. I gotta catch up.
I haven't been watching it either. I knew that they kept saying that the Lightfoot thing report was coming, so I was looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go back and whenever you send it to me, I'll have to go look at the full report and just kind of see what else they had in there. Um, Lori is she is a clear and articulate speaker, but she's kind of boring. I think the lady who was with her was a little more engaging than Lori.
Yeah.
Um,
She's very
uh,
her voice is very monotone and low, and then it's kind of
yes.
scratchy a little bit. But it was the dramatic pauses for me. I'm like, stop, Laura, you doing too much, girl.
Um, as far as Tiffany goes, ma'am, you did it to yourself. Like it just whatever is happening right now. Again, if all of this magically isn't true, and everybody owes her an apology, she still did this to herself. This international presentation of ghetto ass behavior, and I hate to say ghetto because it like kind of makes it seem like I'm talking about black people. I'm not. It's just a
It's just
very
unprofessional. It's
it's unprofessional.
unprofessional.
It is.
It's uncouth. Okay.
It
it's
is
not.
uncouth.
It's not demure. Okay. The new words everybody uses. It's not demure.
And I don't expect her to be demure. She could be hard as nails, tough as rocks. Kind of politician, and I would appreciate that a bit more as opposed to this. I want to. She loves, like you said before, a long time ago. She good. She'd be a good party planner.
Yeah.
She'd be a
And
great
she
party
like
planner.
community service too. That's like really where her heart is. Like she do really want to help the kids and help the elderly, but in your position as a mayor, that's not your only focus. It's taxpayers as a whole.
Right. She likes the fanfare and the that all that stuff to she wants all that. She doesn't want to do the work, the actual work, like the sit down at your desk, don't leave for 10 hours, be on the phone for all 10 hours or be on the computer for all 10 hours and just work. And you have to approve this, approve that, meet with this person and meet with that. All this being on Facebook and all that other crap is not that's not just being a mayor and that's not being a supervisor. You want to do big bingo. That's fine. Okay, all she had to do was schedule it down to once a month. But
And make the prizes,
reasonable.
the prizes have to go within the policy and the procedures. What they said that
Exactly.
$10 or whatever it was, $15. You can't give away refrigerators, washer and dryers, TVs, gift cards and whatever else they was complaining about.
And the word on the curve is that she was setting it so certain people won the big bingo and the
I can see
what
that.
I heard. Huh? You didn't see that?
I said I can see that. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
oh,
can see that.
yeah. I heard some tea that she was setting it up so cousin Joe Bob won it on this day, and cousin Fanny won it on this day, and they had the special winning cards, and it's all fine and dandy. You want to dance, you want to do skating rink, but like you said, put it in the budget. Let's go over it. We'll review it, and if it's approved, great. And if it's not, we have to scale it down to something else. I mean, they could have done that dang on skating rink at a
They didn't
fraction, but
even want. They didn't want the skating rink.
right, they didn't want it. But what I'm saying is like, even if they,
It's no point for it.
no, it's not, because she doesn't want to let anybody use it.
But they
She, I,
don't want it. They don't want it. I mean, that's money they could have put towards something else.
they really could have. But
Yeah.
what my other point is too that
Hmm.
during the off season when it's not cold, from my understanding, she doesn't let anyone use it. She won't approve it. She won't approve the party permits or permits for people.
It probably don't have insurance either.
Girl, I don't think I don't think
Right.
anything's insured at this point. Like the fire, the didn't the firemen didn't have insurance.
Right. They didn't.
And I mean, somebody cold blooded
The
could have.
police department in Dalton, they remember they had the test scandal where
They
they
were just.
were
Mm-hmm.
passing people and get
I do.
upgrading their ranks, and they didn't pass the test, and then the people that passed, they were saying they didn't pass it and keeping them, at lower ranks. I mean, like it's been so much.
I remember that. Yeah, she had what's his name, Lacey, doing all her dirty work for her. It's too much. Like I said, if even if she is can be cleared of all scandals, she did this to herself. The optics are not great as far as how she looks and how she appears as a politician. She has presented herself as a crooked politician. That politics line that she likes to use,
Mm-hmm.
like she thinks she made it up. Um, Baby, we heard that. We've heard that before. But that is something that's what she's doing. Just using the residents as props to advance her goal and she's that kind of person that constantly wants to have negative attention. She wants to be able to say she has enemies and so forth, because it does make her feel good to say, I succeeded, I did all this by myself, I did this, I did this, I did that.
Yeah,
And
because
it's it
she always tell them, y'all ran on my ticket. Y'all ran on my ticket.
y'all
And I'm like,
y'all
it's
read on my
not
ticket.
about you. It's about
It's
the
about the damn
town. It's
town.
about the
Yeah.
village. It's not about you. But
It
she
ain't.
don't see it that way.
She sees it as I did all this. Nobody else. Y'all was running off of y'all made it off of me. Yeah, cause none of y'all could win off of me. And even when they don't say anything back to her, it gets her goat that she can't get them to respond to her when Jason House just completely ignores her, and it's like, next topic. Next on the warrant list is this. Yeah, I'm gonna sue you, and I'm gonna sue you, and I'm gonna sue you. Like she should be sued for what's the term? She hadn't dropped down, but there's a term
Yeah,
where
she got a phone call.
there's she's litigious when it comes to things that just don't that to stupid things. Like she's again. I'm gonna say it. My last thought is all this shit is because of her. She brought this all on herself. I hate to see black women, especially. I love to see us get into positions of power. I really do. But I hate to see a black woman screw the pooch so bad that it's bringing international attention to her. But she brought this all on herself. Once it had reached international attention, once certain channels started covering her, maybe back down a little bit, maybe calm down on the spending a little bit. No, she doubled down. It's just like Sonia and Nesto. She doubled down. She's like, oh, they want to talk about me. I'm gonna give them something to talk about. I'm gonna have Bing Bingo every night. I'm I'm gonna give away refrigerators and TVs and
Yep.
washer and dryers. I'm a double down. I'm not gonna pay rent at this lady's house. She want to sue me. I'm just gonna ignore her. I'm gonna ignore the service.
I'm gonna hire people that's not qualified with background records that just because they my friend or they my F buddies or whatever the situation is. It's like
Child.
and that's my issue with her, because you do know, like, sometimes when we get in power, people do hold us to a higher standard, and
They do.
they is like checking for us, like, oh, she
Mhm.
wore white shoes past Labor Day, the pettiness. But with her, it just sounds like she probably did have some concerns and some issues, but once she signed on the dotted line to become mayor and supervisor, that power just
Got to her
took
head.
her to another level,
Yeah, that.
and
I
she
think it's
don't
the
she
money.
got into something, and when she got into it, she want to do what she want to do. She didn't want to answer to anybody, and now we're here, with all these lawsuits, like all these financial issues, money unaccounted for. This is ridiculous.
It really is. But thank you, Lady T-Bug. I will be discussing Nesto, so just
Okay.
like in
What time?
like 30 minutes
Okay, okay.
because
So
I need
y'all go
to.
over and support my girl Vic to the Veil. I'll be over there. I'm finna I'll probably be in the background when
I
we
know.
I need to take my shower and I need to get my food.
So
And
do
then
I.
I'll
I need
be
to.
in there.
I need to get myself ready because after I go live, I'm going to bed. So I got to work in
Okay.
the office tomorrow. So
Oh, okay.
I
You got my
yeah.
message?
On Instagram.
No, email. Email.
I'll check and see. Let me see real quick before
But
we end.
just to wrap it up, I feel like
Got
Lori
it.
did what she was supposed to do. They now have financial reportings for the time frame that they didn't have them. This can be used moving forward for them to get grants, to bring money in, to prosecute whomever that needs to be prosecuted and toughen up their policies, procedures, and just help them, build up the places that they're weak in, and that's my end. That's my last thoughts. Latoya said all of this could have been avoided. I said what I said. It's a damn shame. Rigging the bingo. Good night, y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging in with me. I didn't mean for it to be this long, but y'all know how I do when I get to talking. I don't know how to shut up. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all. We'll be back tomorrow with Nesto. Please go support my girl, Vic Savelle. Bye.